Hello, Internet. Today we're doing a Supreme Chaos draft. Um, the queues are up for a few more days, and I've been enjoying the format pretty well. I'll probably be switching over to cube content for the next few weeks because I think the Arena Cube goes up tomorrow, and that's up for I don't know how long that's up for, but a week after that, the Vintage Cube Supreme drafts are up, and then a week after that, Vintage Cube proper is up. So I'll probably be doing like nothing but cubing for a while. All right, looking at this pack. Well, Tendershoot Dryad. I mean, that's a pretty clear one. This card is an absolute house. This is actually one that I really like in the Historic Cube as well. Second card, can play Swift Warden. It's just a 3-mana 3/3. We could play Hunt the Weak as a decent-ish removal spell. We could take Evolving Wilds as fixing. So one of the interesting things about the Chaos Drafts is that green didn't really have any kind of removal for a number of years throughout Magic's history. Like the fight mechanic only started around like Innistrad block. So I think I'm gonna take the Hunt the Weak just because green often ends up very light on removal. Hello, Lyra. Okay, well, this is off to a pretty good start. Liking where this is going. And Memorial to Unity is good, but I think it's got to be the Untamed Kavu. This card is very powerful. Just the flexibility of being like a decent 2-drop or a really solid 5-drop. Quite powerful. So far, our deck is great. Call the Gatewatch. Okay, probably not. Embodiment of Insight. 5-mana 4/4 Vigilance. Whenever a land, you can have a land become a 3/3 with haste. Okay. Yeah, that's decent. What else do we have? Okay, some Devoid nonsense. This seems pretty bad. Meh. No. This one's good. But I'm like pretty much sold on green-white at this point. It would take a lot to move me off, and there aren't any signals in Chaos Draft, so I can just force it. Like, like I'm not gonna get cut out of a color. I might, open poorly, but there's no one else drafting, or it's because it's a Supreme draft I meant. What does this thing do? Gets +1/+2 until end of turn for a colorless. It's like a decent 2-drop. Cohort tap an untapped ally. I'll take the embodiment and the stalking drone, I guess. Sometimes you end up with some lands that can add like a colorless or any color, like Mirrodin's Core or what's the one from Kaladesh? Blanket on the name. Ether Hub, maybe? Wake of Destruction. Destroy target land and all other lands with the same name as that land. Well, that's fun, but no. Okay. 4-mana 2/2 flying protection from green. That's like fine. +1/+1 for each enchantress on the battlefield. Nah. Ooh, Yavimaya Elder. Okay, Elder's great. It's gotta be right, yeah. Okay, so that's one of my picks. This format is just so slow and dirtily because people can't build decks with a lot of synergy. Like the way this format tends to end up with is people get a lot of powerful stuff and not a lot of synergistic stuff, right? But the power is often concentrated in like 5 cost or more cards because they're all these like bombs from whatever they open. So in a format that's like really slow, having something that's just like a 3-for-1 is quite nice, especially in colors that don't tend to get a lot of card advantage. Scent of Ivy. Don't like that. Yeah, I guess 4 mana 2/2 protection from green is decent. It could also just take the 4 mana 1/5 flying. That's like a pretty good blocker. Oh, ooh, you know, they're both angels. They work with Lyra. I think with what I have, I'm gonna take the Tormented Angel, but I'm not positive on that. Ooh, all right, got some Zendikar Rising, most recent set. So Lotus Cobra is definitely getting in there. What's our other pick gonna be? Could take a whatchamacallit, modal double face card. Could also take like Gnarlid Colony. I've got a lot of 5s. I already have an Untamed Kavu that's just like a better Gnarlid Colony. I have a lot of playables so far, so I think I'm just going to take the MDFC here, the modal double face card. Bolas's Citadel. Wow, that is very far away from what we're doing, and yet it still tempts me. I don't think we... I think our 2 bombs that we already have are just better, and it would just... Like, if I thought that taking this card would lead to the most fun, I would do it, but I think it would just end up with like a train wrecked draft when we could have a lot of fun with this other thing. So if this were like a little bit earlier, I might have taken it, but I'm pretty committed to green-white at this point. And I don't have like any like fixing. I have Lotus Cobra. Oh, I guess Yavimaya Elder. It's probably not enough though. So Kasmina is good and much more reasonably splashable. So I'm thinking about that. Just get 2 wizards and get to loot twice. Arlen's Wolf is also good. It's just like a fine creature. It's probably a little worse than it was in War of the Spark. I have memories of this creature being a little bit better than I thought it would be, and I think it's because the format was all about like attacking your opponent's planeswalkers. Could also just take Divine Arrow. Might not end up with that much removal. Okay, I don't think I'm going to miss an Arlen's Wolf. I'm going to take Divine Arrow and Kasmina. This card is a ridiculous bomb. Oh, it's so tempting. Okay, what else is in the pack? Let's see what our opportunity cost is here. 6 mana, prevent all combat damage. Dealt to you and permanents you control by sources you don't control. To target creature. That seems kind of bad. It's like really expensive. And like a situational thing, so you don't want to like hold up 6 mana all the time. When it dies, I gain X and draw X, where X is its toughness. I mean, it's kind of cool with the Tormented Angel. Okay, not playing that. What is this thing? If I have a thing with power 4 or greater, enters with a +1/+1 counter, that's pretty good. Okay. So I'm not really giving up on anything too much here by taking the Silumgar, so I'll take it speculatively. Like, if I happen to open some really good fixers, I might play it. Well, this is a good pack. Okay. Conclave Cavalier is pretty nuts. That card is very strong. It's a 4/4 Vigilance that dies into 2/2/2 Vigilances. So that's definitely getting the pick. And then I think I just want Samala Woodshaper. It's just like a really solid 2-for-1. Helps me find my Tendershoot Dryad, Lyra, or Conclave Cavalier. So as of right now, I'm not playing the Silumgar because I've got this Conclave Cavalier, so my mana requirements are already going to be really high. This seems quite good. That's like a white Icy Manipulator. Okay. What else do we have? Archers, 2/3, 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. That's pretty good. I don't think Aven Squire is what I want. That's more of an aggressive card. Sack it unless you pay green. It's pretty big, honestly. I might just take that. So definitely taking the Scepter of Dominance. And then I think this thing is just good. I mean, paying 1 is, like, a little awkward with, like, my 5 drops, right? Like, I can't curve it into any of my 5s. But I don't know what of these other cards I'm playing. Like, maybe Archers, if I get there on a red splash for free. Like, if I just randomly pick up a... Gruul Guildgate or something. 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. I mean, like, I can play it as a 3-mana 2/3, and then if I happen to get there, it does get, like, really, really good. Like, that ability is a lot. I'm debating... The Lion seems decent, but... I think I'm going to take the Archers. I talked myself into the Archers here. I get to make 2 Centaurs and scry if it's my turn, or, like, ambush a thing if it's there. Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. Okay, so I'd really like some fixing. Like, okay, so now that I have triple green, double white, double green, I'm pretty clearly just green-white at this point. I'd really like some fixing if I could find it. Even if I'm just the 2 colors. As long as it's enchanted, it can attack as though it didn't have defender. Okay, don't care about that. None of these cards are super interesting. I guess I'll just take the Revoke Existence. I'll probably play one copy of Revoke Existence in this deck. Okay, we got some stuff here. Oran Viper's great. It's an Ophidian, meaning a creature that when it deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. That's from the original card Ophidian. It's an Ophidian that effectively has Death Touch. It has Death Touch before Death Touch was, like, a thing. So it has a slightly different templated version of it. But it's a really good card. Okay, what else am I looking at? No. 2/1 with a collect 'em all thing. That's not great in this style of draft. that's good. 6 mana for a 3/3 flying first strike and effectively lifelink. I kind of like that. How important is this Boreal Druid? Boreal Druid, like, ramping is really strong. I'm probably supposed to just take the Boreal Druid. It's just awkward with how heavy my mana requirements are. Like, colorless mana, I just don't know how much that really does for me. But it does get me to cast, like, Tendershoot Dryad earlier. Or, like, a turn 2 Oran Viper. Maybe. Yeah, I'll take the Boreal Druid. I think that's what my deck wants more than... Ooh, okay. Well, perfect. We got the ramp pieces we wanted, and some fixing. Here's our Utopia Sprawl. What's this thing do? Ooh, okay. Well, that's good. Do I have any enchantments? It's an artifact. I don't. I'm gonna have one, because I'm definitely taking this Utopia Sprawl. Oh, what's this thing do? Yeah, don't care about that. Definitely taking Utopia Sprawl. Okay. I think I want the Simic Signet. Like, oftentimes this is just going to be a 5 mana 3/3 flying. I have such, like, good 5-drops already. I feel like I just want to be able to, like, ramp out to my powerful stuff. I don't think I'm going to be struggling to find good 5-drops, and I think the ramp is just... It's less interchangeable. Like, if I end up with too many 5-drops and not enough ramp, my deck is much worse than it would be if I ended up with too much ramp and not enough 5-drops. And also, it's just not very likely to happen that I end up with not enough 5-drops. Especially considering I already have 4. Okay. So this is a Gravedigger, so that's good. Ooh, Rend Clawtrow is really good. What does Headmage do? Okay, that's fine. Control 2 or more planes. That's pretty good. I don't think I have enough for Fire at Will. Okay. Well, I'm happy taking the Rend Clawtrow and the Desiccator Head. Rend Claw looks pretty innocuous, but it's actually just really, really powerful. Because what happens with it is, like, your opponent just can't really attack favorably into it ever. Because if they attack with a big thing, you just block, and it shrinks down, and then you still have it come back as a 1/1. So you can block and shrink it again, right? So it's good at blocking big things. And against smaller things, it just trades and comes back. So it's just a very, very good blocker. And Desecrator Hag is just some good late game value. Shapeshifter's Marrow. Morrow? I don't know. Probably Morrow. I'm just guessing. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player reveals the top card of their library. If it's a creature card, they put it... The cards... Okay, that's... No thanks. Soul Tether Golem. No, that is tethered very tightly. I do not like that. Storm Entity. No thank you. Shadow Sagat. You gain 4 life. Activate this ability only during their upkeep. It's not really what I want. Ghostfire is pretty good. I don't think I want a aura that they can see coming. That seems very sketchy, because the problem with auras is that you can get 2 for 1 if your opponent holds up mana and you cast an aura and they like kill your thing or whatever. So having one that like announces that it's coming ahead of time would be not ideal. They could just kind of line up a removal spell, no to leave up mana on that turn. These cards are all pretty bad. I'll take the Ghostfire, because I might end up splashing red if I end up with enough fixing and Ichor Slick, but I'm not playing any of these cards. Okay, Eldritch Moon Pack. Eldritch Moon Pack. Tree of Perdition is a fine card. It's a decent blocker. I'm not going to splash for it, though. Zombies I control at Menace. I'll pass on that. Don't need that. This might be okay. Equipment tend to be pretty good in this format because it's like super slow and grindy, so even something that like is really expensive to pass around is like, I'm a little bit more in the market for this in this format than I was in Eldritch Moon. What else do I have? Terrarion. Terrarion seems good. Yeah, I like Terrarion for sure. That just helps make sure I can cast my Conclave Cavalier or whatever. Woodland Patrol is a fine dorky 3-drop, or Cathar attacks well, doesn't block well. So I'm probably not playing any of these cards in my main deck because I think they're all weaker than what I've got already. So I'm more debating like which one would I rather have in the sideboard. So I could have this in case I play against an aggressive deck, or I could play this in case I'm playing against a slower deck where I have the time to equip it. And I think I'm more likely to play against a slower deck, so I'll take the Cleaver, but I don't think it's making it in. Okay, here is Alara Reborn. This was the all multicolored set. Like Pale Recluse, that seems very strong. Has Forest Cycling and Plane Cycling, so it fixes my mana and like helps me make sure I hit my land drops. And then if I draw it late in the game, it's just a 4/5 reach. So I could also take Naya Hushblade. Gets +1/+1 in Shroud, or ooh, Bant Sureblade seems pretty good. So that's a green-white gold card, but if I control another multicolored permanent, which I will have 3, it becomes a 3/2 first strike, which is pretty solid. I don't think that's where I want to be. Vengeful Rebirth is a very strong card, but I don't think I want to stretch my mana more than it already is stretched. Like, I might not even be playing these archers. So this is interesting. So the border post is also fixing. I could also take the Firewild border post. Pay 1 and return a land. So it's kind of just like not quite an enter the battlefield tap land. It's a little worse than that. I don't think I want that. I'm going to take the Sureblade. Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, well, now I'm back on the Slayer's Cleaver plan. What else do we have? Wow, this pack is stacked. Okay. There are so many. I want I want this whole pack. I want it all. Bestial Menace, pretty solid. It would be the weakest of our 5-drops, I think. Maybe better than Embodiment of Insight, but it's like pretty close. So I'm not really thinking I need more in that slot. Lightkeeper of Amerius seems pretty solid. 4 mana for a 2/4 flyer is just fine stats. And then it can gain a whole bunch of life if I draw it later. Perimeter Captain plays some good defense. A 1 mana 0/4 that whenever it blocks I gain 2, but I don't think playing 0/4s is what this format is about. Like, I don't think an 0/4 is impactful enough in this format. Because the games are kind of slow. Like, you don't need that much defensive speed. So I'm going to take the Stoneforge Mystic for this Slayer's Cleaver and Lightkeeper of Ameria. And now I'm going to look to see what kind of cuts I can make here. So Embodiment is on the chopping block. 5 mana 4/5 Vigilance is solid. I guess this one's kind of like that. Niblis of the Mist. Enters the battlefield, I might tap a creature. That's fine. So I'm definitely taking this Dawntreader Elk. That's great in my deck. I'm just figuring out what the other pick is. Burning Oil's very good, but I don't think I want to play red. It's just, I would have to play, like, lands that don't produce green or white, which makes the Conclave Cavalier very, very difficult. What is this thing? 7 mana, tap it, exile target creature you don't control. Yeah, I like that. That seems good in this extremely slow format. Oh my gosh, what am I cut? I have just like an embarrassment of riches here. Okay. Embodiment of Insight, I don't need. Tormented Angel, I don't need. Probably don't need this Frontier Mastodon. Bant Sureblade is a maybe. I don't need the Stalking Drone. Boreal Druid. Just trying to figure out how much colorless does for me with how heavy my mana constrictions are. I just don't know if I want this Boreal Druid. I think I'm gonna cut it. Like, I've got triple green and double white and a double green, double white card and another double green, double green, double green, double white that wants ongoing white. Lightkeeper of Ameria kind of wants me to have a lot of white. Just colorless mana is just not at a premium for me. So the Sejiri Shelter's a land. So this is currently this is currently 16 lands. Which seems like the right amount, given that I also have a Utopia Sprawl, Terrarian, Simic Signet. I guess Lotus Cobra kind of wants me to have a lot of lands. And Pale Recluse. Like, Pale Recluse, Simic Signet, Terrarian, and Utopia Sprawl are all, like, count as half-ish of a land, I would say. So I think that works out okay. Let's check my sources here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forests. Yeah, that's probably about right. About an even split here. Because I've also got a Simic Signet, so that's 9. And I'd want to bias slightly towards green because I have a Utopia Sprawl. I guess Simic Signet doesn't help me cast Utopia Sprawl, really. Unless I want to enchant my opponent's forest. Yeah, I think I like this. Go ahead and run it like that. So I will see you in round 1. Here we are for round 1. Looking at our hand, seems quite good. Quite good. We've got our Terrarian on 1, Elder on 2, or sorry, on 3, and then 4, 5 if we draw our lands. If not, we might need to take a turn off to crack the Elder. Paying life. Vault Scourge. Okay. Yeah, that card's pretty good. It's a scary one for them to, like if they're able to augment it. Ooh, Simic Signet. I like that. Well, it might let me skip over playing this Elder. Save it for later. Get right into finding some more action with the smaller Wood Shaper. Okay, Ether Swooper's good. Not as good as it would be in a Kaladesh remastered draft, but still solid. Ooh. Orion Viper is interesting. So my curve is a little awkward here. I'm not sure which of, like, what I want to play when. Viper, if I can get going, draws me cards, which is good. Yep, take 2. I'm kind of tempted to play the Elder, because that way, if I miss on lands next turn, I can crack Elder and play a 3-drop. Yeah, I like that. And if they end up trading the Servo for the Elder, I'm actually just fine with that. So I'm going to play the Forest to play around Daze. But I'm fine trading the Elder off here. I really just want to make sure I'm hitting my land so I can play this my 2 3/3s. Okay, yep. Yep, can't block. Take 2. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Okay, well that's pretty good. Yeah. Yikes. What do I do now? So I could replay the Elder. Yeah, it's probably that. It trades off with the Rig Hauler. These little 2-power in the air, or 1-power flyers are kind of annoying. They're like, I am on a 8-turn clock right now. I don't have a ton of time to dirtle around. Whew, now I have a lot less time. Okay. I'll happily trade the Elder here for the Rigger if they want to. Yeah, works for me. I get 2 basics. I'll grab a Plains and a Forest. And combat. Yep, my play. Okay. Scepter of Dominance is a little slow for what we got going on here. So I can play a Wood Shaper. I would look at the top 4. If I can find, so they're out of cards in hand, right? So if I'm able to find my what's the one? Lyra, I'm in very good shape. So I guess I'll do that. I'll play a land. Come on, Lyra. That's not Lyra. Untamed Kavu's not very good here because we're dying in the air. We're dying very quickly. So if all stays the same, next turn I'm planning on playing Scepter and then using it to tap down the Lock Dragon. Uh-oh. Okay, that's alright. Now I really need my Lyra. Yep. Okay, so Scepter allows me to block, which I cannot do without the Scepter. Or, not exactly a block, but you know what I mean. So, Scepter, and then I can play a Kavu, and still tap down their Lock Dragon. Go to 2, so I'll have to draw Lyra next turn. Oh, I forgot the Terrarian cycles to add 2 mana of combination of colors. I could have Terrarianed this last turn to look for Lyra, so I will do that now. Add, I don't know, green. Okay, I lose. So, this, despite being an archer, doesn't actually have reach. So probably, it is, I mean, the 2 damage to an attacking or blocking creature would actually be quite good against that deck we just played. Okay, what's coming out? Butcher's Cleaver's super slow. 1/5 flyer seems good against them. And the archers. Take out, like, Rend Clawtro. That seemed pretty bad versus what they've got, right? Like, they're playing a bunch of flyers, so it's unable to get into combat with other creatures very often, at which point it's just a 2/2 for 3, which is just not really where you want to be. Take out a plains and add a mountain so that I can activate this archer. If I find it with Dawntreader Elk, Yavimaya Elder, I guess I could also Utopia Sprawl. Oh, crud. Well, this is awkward. I forgot that I had Stoneforge Mystic in my deck, and I took out our only equipment. So this is just a 2-mana 1/2. This is Squire. That said, this hand is actually pretty good. Like, Scepter of Dominance is very good, and a 2/4 flyer seems good against them. Like, if this were on a Multi-6, and I just didn't have this Stoneforge Mystic, this would be a very good Multi-6, so... Oops. Well, I'm making mistakes left and right here. Meant to play that Utopia Sprawl. Well, that would have been a nice one to play. Although now that I have the archers, I actually kind of want to name red. I'll find another white for this scepter eventually. That's too funny. You know what? I'm gonna play the Stoneforge now. I will say no, because I don't have any other equipment in my deck. And my opponent will know, or they'll think that I have my only equipment in hand or something. Yeah, kill it. Kill it. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. I want to delay the decision on this Utopia Sprawl, and it doesn't cost me a ton to do that just yet, so I'm going to play the Archers out, and not play the Utopia Sprawl yet. Forest. I did not want to draw a forest. Well, I'll get in for 2. I guess I can just keep... no, here, I'll just play the Lightkeeper without Multi-Kicker. That's fine. I just have a 2/4 flyer. Judith. Okay. Judith is actually not really a problem for me. Cool. Alright, so now I can safely Utopia Sprawl on red, since I drew the second white that I needed. So if I attack with the archers, it'll just trade It will trade unfavorably. I guess I'll attack with Stoneforge, because I'm kind of fine if they trade Pilgrim's Eye for Stoneforge. Um... Yeah, I'll put down the Scepter. I'm tapping down from Archer for a turn. But that's okay. Trying to decide if they attack with Judith, would I trade my archers for it? I think the answer is no. I think my archer is just really good. Okay, they don't want to trade either, so it works out. Easy decision. I'm going to return my archer. Yep. Woohoo, Tendershoot Dryad, okay. Yeah, I'll play that. I will happily play that. Now I'm just going to sit back. I don't need to attack at this point. Okay, I thought they had Shock. That'd be so good. Get my 3/3. It does become a 1/1 if the Tendershoot Dryad dies, though. I don't really care if they can attack me, right? That's not a big deal. Yeah, I'm fine if they want to attack me. So if they make this attack, I'm just gonna block with the Saproling. Because otherwise they could double ping the Lightkeeper to kill it. Okay. Deal it to face, okay. At the end of their combat step, I'm gonna tap down their swamp. Okay. Go. Don't tap double white, that's silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have enough to start activating Hellevolt. So I'm gonna do that. That seems good. No attacks. So they would need something pretty spectacular to come back from this at this point. Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm would be great. They don't have the black. I guess they need to go like Dark Ritual into Massacre Worm. You could just have like Upheaval or any Wrath, I guess, would be fine. What does this do? 4/4 Menace lets them play their Of One Mind again. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Tap down there. Swamp, I guess. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess I'll just start activating the Hellevault. So I can attack. I'll go ahead and get in with a couple of Saprolings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I'll attack with 2 Saprolings. Just 2 Saprolings. I'm just gonna do 1 Saproling because 2 Saprolings would actually allow them to do. Because I'm gonna exile the Goblin Dark Dwellers before blocks. So if I attack with 2 Saprolings, they can block and kill my Tendershoot Dryad. So I'm just gonna attack with 1. Exile target creature I don't control. So they could trade the Pilgrim's Eye for the Saproling if they want to. They choose not to. You control enchanted creature. Don't like that. Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna have to use my Hellevault to exile my own Tendershoot Dryad, unfortunately. And they are going to get a token off of it. Okay. I'll just say go. Think on my opponent's upkeep, I'm gonna. Cause I don't, as it stands, I wouldn't tap down any of their attackers, so I'm just gonna tap down a swamp on their upkeep, so that if they're like splashing some, like a sorcery speed spell, that they're taken off from being able to cast it. Target player draws 2, then discards 4. Okay, so they're going to make me discard my hand. Yeah, okay. That was pretty good. If they don't have an answer to this Hellevault, though, I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Yep. We're going to get to grow the Fairy Vandal. We'll get to hit me with the Fairy Vandal. think Fairy Vandal's the only good attack. They can trade a Saproling for my Saproling if they want, because I'll block the Saproling with a Stone Forge. I guess they would trade the Saproling for the Stone Forge, but... Oh, I chose not to attack. Okay. Well, Desecrator Hag can get back any of my creatures. However, I feel like just using Hellvault's gotta be great, right? And just... like, until I'm kind of forced to stop, I feel like this seems like a good line of play. And then I'll go ahead and I'll tap down their Fairy Vandal before combat. This time, since this one is actually kind of threatening to attack me now. This card seems great in this like super slow, grindy format. That's a good card. Well, I will tap down the Fairy Vandal. Yep. I'll just take 4. That's fine. Playing a 5 red-white hybrid card in a Grixis deck seems a little ambitious, but I mean, I guess it's working. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't even really spare a mana, because I really want to use my Scepter. Okay. Get rid of the Novelist of War. I'll tap down this Witness of Tomorrows. If they just attack with a Fairy Vandal, do I block? Oh. Well, I'll eat their Pilgrim's Eye if they're going to offer that. Okay, they chose not to. Alright. If this Hellvault goes boom, I am in kind of a world of hurt. If they have an artifact removal spell, that is very, very good. Free Gem Regent. Okay. Well. My opponent just keeps playing bombs, and I keep getting to exile them with Hellvault, so I'm okay with how this is working out. Okay, now that I have 1 spare, I can play the Terrarian, and... oh, it enters tapped, okay. I will exile the Regent. I guess I could do this on their turn so that if they blow it up, it doesn't have haste, but if they blow up the Hellvault, I lose so bad anyways. It's unreal. Yep. Tap down the Witness. Okay. Opponent's presented with the same board state as last turn here. How did they scry? They scried bottom. Okay. guess I'll cycle this. I don't know. Green, sure. So I get to draw a card. Yeah, so if I hit a land... Ooh, I could have misplayed that. Well, how much do I have? Okay, I could have hit a landfall trigger if I had played the Lotus Cobra first, but... I'm gonna... take their Watcher of Tomorrow so they can't scry anymore. Okay, and I still do actually have enough to play a Lotus Cobra. We're okay. I don't like this. What is happening? Condescend? Oh, sure. Condescend away. No problem. Probably mostly using it for the Scry 2 mode there. Let's see how they scried. Bottom. Okay. Yep. Tap down the Vandal. Okay. So, I'm going to use this to exile the Judith now. Don't quite have enough to use Desecrator Hag and Scepter. Do I really need Deceptor? It's... Oh, I could have attacked with the Stoneforge as well, I guess. This leaves back more blockers. It's fine. Sure. Yep. So all the cards they scried to the bottom are now getting shuffled back in, which is nice for me. So I still haven't seen the thing that they're splashing black for yet, so I'm going to tap down the Swamp. Alright. And just keep at it here. Okay. One, two, three, four. Oh, I had lethal. Oops. I could have Hunt the Weak on the Pilgrim's Eye and just killed them. Oopsies. Alright. Okay, let's either take out the Stoneforge or put back in the Slayer's Cleaver. One of the two. What else? What seems good? This seems pretty good. 4/4 Vigilance. Yeah, I think I like that. Can't keep this hand, unfortunately. This one's a little better. What do I bottom? I guess I bottom a Plains? It could be Sejiri Shelter. I'll bottom up Plains. Depending on what I draw, I'll probably just place Sejiri Shelter as a land right away. Forgot that I was running this main deck Revoke Existence. I guess it's good against the Witness. Ooh, well, it's going to be very good this game. It's just going to be 2 mana to destroy one of their lands, effectively. Hit their border post. Ooh, Forest was a very good draw. Means next turn we can play our Cavalier. Really hoping they tap out. I really don't want this Cavalier to get countered. Tap out for something. Yeah. Cyclops, sure. Sure. You got it, friend. Lotus Cobra doesn't quite allow me to. Alright, now I have a 4/4 Vigilance that dies into 2/2/2 Vigilances. And a Scepter of Dominance. So I'm feeling pretty good about my position here. Target player draws 2, then discards 4. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just... Yeah, I guess I'll just keep the Hellvault. That seems pretty sweet. They are playing red, so they might have some artifact destruction. I'll have to be mindful of that. I'm gonna... Let's tap down their island. Yeah. So now I'm confident they don't have a thing. Unless they have, like, Gut Shot or one of the other 0 mana spells. And that way I was also playing around Force Spike on the Hellvault. Vapor Snare. Okay. Well, that's actually not the worst, because they do have to keep returning lands. And eventually... like, I can just tap down the Cavalier every turn. I'll play a Tormented Angel this turn, because it blocks really well. But... This isn't terrible, because now they're just going to be stuck on lands all game. Like, they're not going to be able to double spell. Plus, that means they can't Vapor Snare my Lyra. Mutate? Shore Shark, okay. Are they mutating onto it? Okay. They are. Yep. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You can attack with the... Okay. Oh, no, you can't. It has Defender. I forgot that it keeps that text. Well, that's not bad for me at all then, really. I will enchant this forest. It's kind of interesting. I guess I... I'm actually going to do white because I don't have the archer just yet, and I'm thinking I might want to play a double white spell and activate the scepter in the same turn. I also just noticed my clock is a little low here. I'm at 4:45, so I gotta play a little faster. Ooh, they gave it back? Okay. Well, that probably means they have a Phrygium Regent or something that they want to play. Of one mind, okay. Well, I'm pretty happy just trading the Conclave Cavalier because it dies into 2/2s, so I don't actually lose any power. Alright, let's get in with the team. I'm going to play the Embodiment of Insight because they're holding up 2 mana. They could have the... what's that spell we saw? Condescend. And I don't really want to get this Lyra countered if I can avoid it. Sure. Could fire juggle all you want. This thing a 3/3 haste, vigilance. Yep. Just attack him with the team. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're gonna go to 1. Okay. I'm just gonna pass. Like, I just have them so dead on, like, there's just no reason for me to commit more to the board right now because, yeah, like if I wanted to play around a Wrath or something. Okay. Well, that was round 1. Went pretty well. Let's see if I can run it back. Hopping into the queue here. I will see you all in round 2. Okay, here we are for round 2. Hand is quite strong. I will keep this. So I'm planning on cycling the Pale Recluse for a Plains because I've got very heavy white requirements in this hand with the Scepter, Lyra, and Lightkeeper. So, I guess I'll wait until my opponent's end step. No reason to give them more information now. Also, this could potentially play around a reanimate spell for a turn. Very obscure corner case there. Okay. Stoneforge is interesting. So, save the Terrarian for another turn, I guess. I'm gonna start with... No, I'm gonna play the Scepter. my thought process here is that if they don't, like, next turn I can play Stoneforge and then tap down one of their lands with the Scepter. So this just uses my mana a little bit more efficiently. Can't block Unearth. Okay. Well, maybe I tap down that with my Scepter instead. Okay. I will play that. Stoneforge to grab my Butcher, my Cleaver here, and then my opponent's turn I'll tap down their attacker. I think I like that better than tapping down a land. Oof, that's a rough land. Well, so I could play Lyra. I'm trying to decide if I want to just do that. Does get tapped down by the Minister. Alternatively, I could, like, Stoneforge in the Slayer's Cleaver. I think I'm just gonna... slam Lyra and make him have an answer. No attacks. Like, the Minister kind of answers it, but I can also, like, on my turn, on their turn, I can tap their Minister with my Scepter, such that they can't tap Lyra on my turn. Okay, here I will crack that, get green, green. Okay, just a cyclic, because I want to try to hit a land. There's the land. Target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. Okay, yeah, that's good. Alright, I'll go to combat. Ooh, they let me attack. They were probably intended to have a stop at the beginning of my combat. Would be my guess. Looks like they made a mistake there. So I'll tap my Stoneforge at end of turn and... Oh, they decided not to. Okay. Five mana, 4/4. Equal to its power. Deals damage equal to its power to it. Okay. Doesn't line up very well against my board, unfortunately. Nope, you can attack with that Shambling Remains all you want. Go for it. So, this is interesting. I can hook up Lyra with the Cleaver to just get in for some extra damage, which is extra lifelink, which is nice. Alternatively, I can hook up the Stoneforge Mystic, which makes it harder, like they can't use this thing very favorably. I kind of like that plan. And I'll still attack with both, because I have Lyra gaining me a bunch of life, so I'm not really afraid of dying here. My opponent is under some pressure, though. Yep. And next turn, I can equip Lyra with the Cleaver to kill them if they can't find an answer for Lyra by then. What does this do? Shuffle the cards from your hand into your library, draw that many cards. When it dies, shuffle the cards from your hand into your library, draw that many cards. Okay, so they're going to shuffle and draw 4. Sure. Attack me for 8. I say no blocks, but then I'm gonna kill this thing. Okay, well, I'm very fine with this. Now they're just dead on board. Because now I can just tap down the Minister, and then on my turn I can suit up Lyra, tap down their Whirlpool Drake, and kill them. Okay. So, what did we see? We saw that 4/4 Minotaur thing. Saw the Drake. We saw... Can I... I'm able to go back to game to see what the other cards were. There's a very little, or very short memory. I don't think there's anything that stands out as like particularly good or particularly bad. I guess we didn't see a revoke existence target, I don't think. I don't think we saw anything. Shambling Remains was the other card we saw. And the Minister. So I'll take out the revoke existence for... Just be for the Tormented Angel. Or... Embodiment of Insight's pretty good. Yeah, I'll put in the Embodiment of Insight. That's just a beefy attacker. Can't keep this hand, unfortunately. Or this one. Okay, going to 5. I guess this is a keep. So I'm definitely putting back the Cleaver. Now what? Hellevault is, I'm a ways away from casting that. Or from using that. It is quite good when we start using it, though. Hunt the Weak doesn't line up super favorably with my stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 5 land-ish things in hand, or lands or things that make mana, or fine lands. It's probably the Hellevault, yeah. Okay. Utopia Sprawl on green so that I can play my Elder next turn. Okay, there's an Izzet Signet. I'm kind of wishing I had that Hellevault. Smaller Wood Shaper is pretty good. Sure. Okay. Tap that down. Fine by me. Yeah, I'll just play the Wood Shaper here. And yeah, I'll take a Cavalier. Seems good. Can't play it just yet. I need another white. But I'll be able to get that soon. Okay, no blocks. Doing Seal of Doom. Okay. Well, there's the other white I needed. I'm going to go to combat and attack first. Yep. Cavalier. Fortunately, Seal of Doom is not great against my Cavalier because it just dies into two 2/2s, so if they want to spend a removal spell on that, I am very okay with that. Okay. Pharika. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. Its owner makes a 1/1 Black Snake with Death Touch. This seems pretty bad right now. I need to get it up to 7 to turn it on for its devotion, so yeah, I'm just gonna attack. We'll see what they do. Okay, sure. I destroy that. I get two 2/2s instead. Yep, that's fine. Happy to trade there. Play out my Stoneforge. Oops, I tapped slightly wrong there. Now I can't Dawntreader. I mean, I probably wasn't going to anyways, but I no longer have the option. If I had tapped white on the Stoneforge, then I could hold up a forest. Okay, Whirlpool Drake is fine. Well, let's just go ahead and hunt the weak. Go Elf Knight onto a Whirlpool Drake. Oh, and there I go again, tapping wrong. I did it again. So silly. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this game, but I do, like, if my opponent plays a sweeper, I will have wished I played the Elk. Okay, opponent concedes. So I will see you all in round 3. Here we are for round 3. I am on the play, and this hand is looking like a mulligan. This hand is much better. I'll keep this one. What do I bottom? So I want to keep the Signet and the lands. Definitely not bottoming the Tendershoot Dryad. Hunt the Weak needs a little bit of help. Scepter of Dominance. I need another white before I can use that. I'm going to get rid of Hunt the Weak. I think Scepter in general is the stronger card, and I don't really have the resources to, like, play either of them. Because, like, I don't really want to, like, casting Hunt the Weak on my Tendershoot Dryad is not generally where I want to be, just because it's putting a lot of eggs in one basket there. Okay, Desecrator Hag's pretty good. So I really want to hit my 4th land so that I can play this Tendershoot Dryad. Would love to draw planes, that would be great. Discard a card. Okay, well, now I'll go ahead and discard the Scepter, because I still can't play it, and I want to be able to buy back the Tendershoot Dryad. Removal that my opponent has in red-black is likely to make my Tendershoot Dryad actually go to the graveyard, whereas if they were playing something like blue-white, it would be much less likely that this Desecrator Hag would be able to get back my Tendershoot Dryad, because their removal spells are more like Mind Control or Exile or Tap Down, which doesn't work great against the Dryad in the first place. Yep. Let's take a look at the game log. What did they do? Targeting me. Okay. Divination. Alright. Alright. Now's when we really want to hit a land. They're tapped out. Come on. Yeah. Alright. Well, I am liking our position here. I mean, they've got like 7 cards in hand, but I've got a Hellvault that's coming online pretty soon, a Tendershoot Dryad that's making me tokens, and a Desecrator Hag that can get it back if they kill it. Ooh, Arch of Vraska. That's a really good card, especially in this format. Okay, back with Madness. Yep. Okay. So we were ready for this contingency, luckily. Leave a green up. Okay. Oh, I guess I could have gotten in with the Saproling. So I missed a point of damage there. Okay. Attack with... Guess I'll attack with both. And I'm not gonna play the Tendershoot Dryad here. They've got, like, they'll probably have a counter or something. Something's up. I'm smelling trouble over there. Okay. Terrarian. It's possible I should have played it that turn, since now they can spend their mana if they don't. But I'd really like to wait until they tap out for something, if I can. And I think we win the the staring contest here, like with a Hellavolt in play. Okay, what is this? Flying gains Shroud, sure. Okay. I'm gonna attack with the Desecrator Hag. And then post-combat, I'm gonna sack this. Oh. Make white. Oh. White green. Okay. Draw a card. 1, 2. So I've got. Okay, so now I can Pale Recluse to bait out a counterspell. Okay. Well, I'm also just fine with that resolving. I mean, they are at 14, so they do kind of have to worry about me just killing them. Siegemind Ogre. Reveal a card at random. I lose that much. Okay. Well, Divine Arrow is a little worse once it's been revealed, but deals 2 damage. Okay. Yep. Okay. Play Lotus Cobra. Play a land. Add a green. It's the Dryad. I'll attack with the Hag. Happy trading that. If my opponent is so inclined. They are not. If they go to kill my Tendershoot Dryad, at this point I will put it in the vault, so such that if I like that way it will be in there alongside their stuff once I start exiling. So it's a less appealing target for them to like disenchant or whatever, or shatter. So we'll go ahead and put it in the vault. Okay, Strix is good. I'm just fine trading the Cobra here. Cavalier. Well, Cavalier's pretty nice. I could exile with the Vault, but I think what I want to do is I want to get a little bit bigger of a board presence before I start doing that. I'll attack with both, because if they wanna block with the Strix on the Saproling, I'm fine using my Divine Arrow there. Yeah. And I will tap the Signet to play around Daze. Oh. Undo. Undo. There we go. Oh, actually, that was silly. I have Hell Vault. Oh, well. I had to pay, specific mana, so it didn't work. I couldn't have held up my Hell Vault activation. Unless I played the Cavalier pre-combat? No, it still wouldn't work. My opponent can start drawing cards with the Arch, but they're on a pretty quick clock here. They've got 7 power on board, and they're at 12, so I gotta find a way out of this situation pretty quickly here. Pretty quickly. Tapping some lands, Rite of Belzenlok. Well, that's pretty good. Sure. Well, I'll just get in with everything and then shoot the Frost Raptor. My opponent's turn. So I don't think I have any other colors. I'm gonna play a Utopia Sprawl on black just to mind game my opponent and make them wonder what I could have. Because I've already got triple white, triple blue, or triple green, and I didn't end up playing a red card in this iteration of the deck. The red card is in the sideboard. Well, I won't go ahead and exile that now. I might be able to manufacture a game state such that, oh, they got their own Desecrator Hag, okay. You get back, what, the Siege Mind Ogre? Okay. I was about to say I might be able to manufacture a game state where they are forced to take damage from the Rite of Belzenlok. Yeah. Okay. Second copy of Arch of Vraska. Foil. Nice. Sure. Lose no life because my plane has converted mana cost 0. So I'm planning on hitting the demon with the Hell Vault. And I think that's what I want to do. As tempting as it is to try to get them to take 6 or whatever, I don't really want them having a 6/6 flying trample. One, two, three, four. Okay. Well. So this is kind of interesting. So the templating on Hellvault says when it's put into a graveyard. So if I wanted to seal away stuff forever, I could I could revoke existence to exile the Hellvault, and that way stuff will never come back. So if I that would only be the play if like I had a whole bunch of stuff under there and I was worried about them disenchanting it or something. Okay, what did we see? We saw 2 Arch of Orazkas, a Siegemind Ogre, Rakdos Signet, Ravenous Rats, or not Signet, Cluestone, or whatever Locket. I don't remember which iteration. One of the bad things that's not a Signet. Like a Signet, but worse. Thinking of 4 Vigilance. You see anything that looked bad? Revoke Existence seemed not great versus them. I'll swap that for the Embodiment of Insight, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Opponent is on the play this time. Opponent has the option of being on the play. They're waiting to decide if they want to play first or draw first. I'm assuming they want to be on the play. But in this format, it's actually a little bit closer. Like because this format is so slow, I could see drawing first being right in some matchups. I think I always want to be on the play because I have an Oran Viper, which is much, much better on the play than it is on the draw. That's the one that draws a card when I deal damage to them. Yeah, this hand's fine. It's not great, but I guess I'll keep. Like it's got my lands, got a 2-drop, got a flyer. Okay, Renclaw Tro's good. I like that. Okay. Dawn Shredder. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'm very fine with my opponent killing my Dawn Shredder Elk. That was really just a 2/2 to me. I wasn't hoping to use the ability. Stoneforge is interesting. I kind of like Stoneforging. It's a little awkward on my mana, because next turn I still can't, I'm gonna play the Tro first, just because if I Stoneforge now, then I'm spending 2 mana instead of 3, and then next turn, if I wanted to activate Stoneforge, I'd be spending 2 mana instead of 4. So it's just kind of a mana inefficient play. And I'm not going to have the mana to equip the Cleaver for a little bit yet, so I'd rather just have the thing that's gonna hold down the fort and just be a solid creature. Okay, attack with the Tro. I'm choosing to play the Stoneforge now because I've got all these planes in my hands, so I like when I play the Lightkeeper of Emeria, I can just gain a whole bunch of life. Like, I don't mind this card being stuck in my hand for a few more turns, because that means when I play it, it'll be, instead of just a 4-mana 2/4 flyer, it'll be like a 6-mana 2/4 gain 4 or something like that. Lava Coil. That's a clean answer to the Rendclaw. That's pretty good. Elder. I like Elder. I'm just gonna plan on putting in the Cleaver at end of turn here. With my Stoneforge. Three, 4, Time of Ice. Okay, so they can put that on the stack. Targeting my Yavimaya Elder. Okay, I'm very fine with that. Put in the Cleaver. Okay. So I can tap down my Stoneforge and bounce it back to my hand. They don't know if I have another equipment or not. Play a Scepter. I could just play like a Lightkeeper for a bind. I kind of like just a Lightkeeper with multi-kicker X2. And if they want to return my Lightkeeper, that's fine. That just means they'll gain even more life. And I'm guessing they probably will do the Lightkeeper. Yeah. Okay. Lyra. Well, that's a good card. Got a lot of mana up. Well, I'll attack with the Stoneforge. Oh, oops, forgot. Rip. Time of Ice is all tapped creatures, not just the ones that were tapped from it. So that will make my Stoneforge returned. Which, for all my opponent knows, is exactly what I wanted to have happen. Yeah. Yeah. That's was the plan all along. Okay, they can get my Lara, that's fine. Use the Elder's ability. Grab a land and another land. Draw a card. Okay, well, Hell Vault's pretty good. I'm sure they looked at mine. I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay, so could play. I think this is the one I want to be surest resolves, so I'm gonna do that. Forgot that they had double blue up. Oh, okay. Well, there we have it. Thanks for joining me. I will have this coming week. I'll be doing a whole bunch of Arena Cube drafts, so look forward to those videos, and I will catch you all later.